What's up, beautiful besties? Welcome into the Divine Feminist by Turning Tides Tarot. My name is Alicia. Let's go ahead and see what channel title we will be reading on today, my beautiful friends. Let's see. Here we go. Here we go. Ooh, you're cultivating sacred boundaries and it's magnetic. I'm in love with this title. I can't wait to break it down for you. I will be right back after I clean this up, friends. And if you want to take a moment to give your girl a little bit of energy exchange, if you're into this title, go ahead and like this reading. Okay, I'll be right back, friends. Okay, besties, we are back. I want to see what sacred lines you've been drawing in the sand that your guides are applauding. Okay, so let's ask the question: what boundaries have you recently or finally started enforcing that are changing your energy? Let's see. Let's check in on those boundaries, friends. Come on, Spirit. I know you want to talk. Here we go. We have the Five of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, and let's get one more for this question. The Five of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, there's more to it. The Eight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Holy smokes. Y'all have been doing the work. I am loving this. All right, bestie. You have been in the ring, all right, with the Five of Pentacles. Oh, sorry. I meant to say Five of Wands. Jeez Louise. We do have the Five of Pentacles here, though. Okay, listen. Five of Wands. It basically is telling me that you are absolutely done with the drama. You're done with any kind of competition, or you're done with people basically treating your energy like it's up for grabs. Okay. You stopped engaging in everyone else's mess and basically said, you know what? I'm actually not available for that chaos anymore. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. And the Eight of Pentacles, you have been putting in the work. Okay. The serious work. Okay. You're not out here throwing up vague boundaries, okay, and hoping for the best. You've actually been learning, unlearning, maybe even journaling, doing maybe even a little bit of therapy, okay, and checking your own patterns. Like, you know, you've just been checking yourself before you wreck yourself anymore, okay? You are making incredible progress here. I got to be real with you. And the Five of Pentacles, it basically shows that this work wasn't easy, okay? And it actually probably hurt a little bit, not gonna lie. You've probably been walking through some, you know, serious emotional issues, okay? This is like getting the cold shoulder or feeling a little bit of loneliness that hits after saying no more, okay? Because you're essentially making some cuts to people and situations in your life. So it can feel like you're a little bit on the outside of what used to be. But you know what? This is real, and this is sacred work here that that's been taking place within you. And this is unfortunately a little bit of the price that you must kind of pay in order not to abandon yourself anymore. You understand what I'm saying, right? Like, staying in these situations or allowing this chaos to take place in your world and not having the boundaries was you abandoning yourself, your own needs, right? And now instead of doing that, you have kind of done a little bit of this self-isolating where you've had to, you know, cut these chaotic people and situations out of your world, right? So it can be a little bit lonesome sometimes when you're going through this process and you are dropping these boundaries right down and drawing these lines in the sand to essentially protect yourself and protect your peace, but you are keeping people kind of at arm's length, again, the ones that just cause the chaos in your life. So yeah, I mean, okay, it's not the easiest, right? And that's why I said, oh my gosh, bestie, you've been doing the work. Okay, you have been doing the work. And the Eight of Swords, it's like, this is here. It's like, it's the basically the internal like prison that you have been breaking free from. Okay. I feel like you finally noticed these old narratives that were saying like, you have to stay, you have to fix it, you can't walk away. And guess what? You walked anyway, right? You walked anyway. And you're literally freeing yourself from any of these mental loops that kept you maybe people pleasing or peacekeeping, but it was at your own expense. Okay, so you've been doing some deep boundary work, not just to protect yourself, but to, you know, reclaim yourself, reclaim your energy, reclaim your power. You're not just saying no anymore. You're saying, look, I know my worth now. And this is the kind of boundary that rewires your whole vibe. Okay. It rewires your whole friggin' vibe. And I am here for it. So let's ask, how are these boundaries affecting the way others are perceiving you or responding to you? Okay. Because I gotta be real with you, not everybody loves someone who's saying no without feeling guilty about it. All right, so let's just see. Ooh, yeah, there's the Tower. I am not surprised to see the Tower come out. We also have the Hangman, the Eight of Cups, and at the bottom of the deck, hold on one second, what do we have? The Two of Pentacles. Right, let's get into that. Okay, so I'm going to be honest with you, not everyone is handling your sacred glow up very well. All right, Bessie, the Tower basically is straight up saying like your boundaries have been shaking up other people, like causing some friggin' energetic earthquakes. I gotta be real. Like, I feel like people are like, wait a minute, you're not available to rescue me anymore, or like, oh, you're not entertaining my chaos. Boom. Okay. Ego shattered. Ego shattered with that. You're no longer the emotional cleanup crew for someone else's mess. Okay. And it's basically rocking their world. And this is where the Hangman comes in. Some folks are legit stuck, suspended, trying to figure out what happened, like what changed in you, right? They thought you were predictable, maybe even a little bit pliable or easily manipulated. Obviously, they thought wrong because now you're embodying this, like, I don't know, you just like, you serve up these like moments of moments of silence, or like these pauses before you react. Letting people basically sit in the discomfort of their own unhealed stuff while you are opting out of any kind of enmeshments or entanglements. You're not reactive anymore. You are basically reflective. Okay. So that is confusing the hell out of people, right? And the Eight of Cups basically confirms what we have been talking about. You walked away, right? Not in some kind of like petty storming off kind of way, but in this way that's like, okay, I'm no longer abandoning myself to keep this connection alive kind of way, right? It's graceful. It's totally graceful. But it's definitely gut wrenching. Okay. So this is detachment, right? You're not leaving to escape. You are leaving to ascend, right? And when I see the Eight of Cups, it's like we thought we wanted something here. We are not satisfied with what we have because it's not giving the energy that we're looking for. And so it's like this radical self-love moment where we walk away in search of what is going to bring in the emotional satisfaction in our world. And that leads us to the Nine of Cups, which is that, you know, wish fulfillment type of energy, like you're getting what it is that you're looking for. Okay. So it's like you're leaving to become more. You've left. I want to say that you've left to become more in alignment with, you know, who you truly are, what you really deserve, and some of those wishes that you want to come true. Okay, bestie. I love it. And okay, so with the Two of Pentacles underneath it all, you know, yeah, some people are struggling to balance in your absence. Okay. Some are trying to decide whether they're going to meet you where you are now or keep doing the same old, same old. All right. You've basically thrown the whole dynamic out of whack for these individuals. But you know what? That's the point, right? It was never sustainable to begin with, right? It wasn't. Okay. Not for you anyway. So your boundaries here didn't just cause a shift. They basically caused like a collapse. Okay. And now people around you are either like they're stunned, stagnant, or scrambling. Meanwhile, you're walking towards your own peace. Yeah, you're walking towards your own peace, okay, and your own glow up, and walking towards the place you were always meant to be. Okay. That's what I feel. Okay. That's what I'm feeling here. This is what I'm seeing. So let's move on. So who or what is being naturally repelled by this new version of you? And why is that a good thing? All right. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right. Okay. Weirdly enough, we have the Three of Cups. We have the Ace of Cups. And this just all kind of popped out. You can see, I don't know, here. I should have make sure I'm shuffling on camera. Because some of these messages are highly channeled. It's just letting it flow through. Okay. The sun here. Okay. The sun. This is wonderful. I feel like basically in a nutshell, I feel like it's basically, oh, hold on, let me get my words. It's kind of funny. I had to collect myself because I'm like, the question was trying to get a little bit, messy, finding out who is like being repelled by your energy, but it's giving like an opposite answer here. It is talking about what's actually going on with you and who's being drawn into you, I believe. I'll basically say the people who are being repelled are the people who are not showing up to match your new vibe, and I want to talk about that. Okay. Sometimes we ask a question in spirit, it's like, let's talk about this instead. So we're going to do it. It's a little plot twist, but I'm here for it. It's okay. The Three of Cups. Basically it's like you are surrounding yourself with people who celebrate you, who support you. Okay. This is like joy within your community. Okay. That's the Three of Cups. That's what it talks about. So these are the kind of people that, don't really, you're okay. The connections are not based on like trauma bonding or gossip or like codependency. Okay. So the people who are being repelled is anyone that you needed to stay, who needed you to stay in this like dysregulated, dysfunctional state with them just to relate to them. So I hope you're understanding what I'm saying here. It really wasn't a real celebration, right? And those relationships, those people are fading into the background of your life. And honestly, thank goodness for that. So I know I have another question lined up here that's like, who are you attracting and who's magnetically drawn to you? But and we'll go into that in a second here, because it's like it's already kind of naturally happening. Okay, it's already naturally happening, and I bet that's why Spirit wanted this title, like to talk about how magnetic you are, to like you're naturally repelling. It's almost like you've got this like divine friggin' bug spray in your aura that's just like repelling away the people who are just in the disaster vibes. Okay, just to be real. So the Ace of Cups this is talking about your new self-love era. Okay. You're not seeking validation. You know that you are the source. Okay. And anyone who was drawn to you when you were pouring from this empty cup, is basically now standing in the splash zone. Okay. They're wondering why they're not getting the same access to you anymore. And it's not that it's personal. It's just you're choosing you, right? You're choosing you. You don't want to sit in that, I guess, dysregulated and dysfunctional energy anymore with any of your relationships. Okay. We're talking family, friends, co-workers, whatever, surface level, deep connection, all of it, everyone, right? And that could be why some of you are feeling a little bit, I would say a little bit isolated right now, because you may have had to cut a bunch of people, throughout this major transformation with you really cultivating these sacred boundaries. Okay. But, I got to be honest with you, the Eight of Wands, it tells us, that this energy shift, it's moving really fast. So you're leveling up, you're glowing up, you are just basically flying past anyone who is in that kind of like old energy. I'm going to say the older energy, because some folks just cannot keep up with you. All right. So it's not like you're out here blocking people. It's just that they're no longer aligned with, the frequency of your flight path. Okay. All right. And that's okay, because look, the sun is here, and it's like, you are what is magnetic now. Okay. Your joy, your truth, your radiant self-expression. It's basically blinding to those who are still like hiding in the shadow, right? You're like a freaking beacon. I love saying that, a freaking beacon. Okay. If you resonate with that, pop that into the comments. I'm a freaking beacon. Okay. I'm here for it. Anyone who can't handle your shine is basically turning away. Okay. And that's exactly how it should be. You're right. Your light literally irritates their demons. So you can let them squint. Let them squint. So, it's not like necessarily like you are like repelling anyone in a way. You're rising above. Okay. So anyone who required you to kind of dim your light, or anyone who was, just very much taking advantage of maybe some ways that you could have been overgiving or doing some emotional labor to stay close to, those connections are falling away. And the real ones, they are drawn to your light. Okay. So whatever, the rest of the people, I hope they exit with peace, and maybe a little sunburn. Okay, maybe a little sunburn. All right, let's continue. So I know this is my next question. We already kind of touched on it. What is becoming magnetically attracted to you as a result of this energetic upgrade? And we have the Two of Wands fell out of the deck. No, nope. We have the Two of Wands that fell out of the deck. So what is being drawn into you now? What is being magnetically attracted to you? Oh, come on. I gotta get down to the bottom of this. Why are we seeing the Three of Swords? That's past pain. The Hierophant. I'm gonna have to tune into this for sure. The World. It is so funny. Spirit's being funny with this reading. I feel like this should have been the answer to the last question. And then we have the Star at the bottom of the deck. So I'm just gonna pop the Star over here because it gives amazing healing energy. Okay, so just let me tune in. Okay. So this is making a little bit more sense now that I've sat with it and spent a little time. I hope y'all don't mind that I just pause it and kind of like reflect. I don't want to waste your time. Anyways, okay, so let's talk about the Two of Wands. It's showing that you have outgrown like this old version of your life, right? You've got one foot out the door. You have your eyes on what's next. Okay. You're dreaming bigger. You're seeing things more clearly. Finally feeling like, I want more for myself and I'm not afraid to go get it. Okay. I'm not afraid to go get it. And that mindset shift. Okay. That is what is super magnetic. Okay. You're drawing in new paths, new experiences, fresh energy, because you're no longer settling. Okay. You are no longer settling. And this Three of Swords, I'm like, oh, what do you mean, bestie? This is past pain. Okay. But what I'm taking from this is it's kind of like your reminder that this whole thing, this whole experience and this magnetism that you are exuding right now, it was earned. Okay. It didn't come easy. It didn't come easy for you. You went through heartbreak. You went through letdowns, deep emotional pain. Okay. So it's just being acknowledged here. And instead of letting it break you, you grew through it. Okay. And now it's like you're calling in people who can meet you in your truth, people who respect your heart because they've also had their own cracked open, right? And here's the Hierophant. I love this for you because it shows that the connections that are coming into you right now or towards you are solid. They're committed. They're not fake. Okay. It's not fake support. It's not shallow attention. You're attracting people, opportunities, and experiences that actually mean something, right? This is the kind of realness that you've been craving, I feel. And it's something that feels grounded, loyal, definitely worth your time. Okay. And I love it here. I love it because the world is confirming to me that you've closed a major, not just chapter, but a whole story. Like it's done. It's over. You learned what you needed to. You let go of what was hurting. You let go, of all of that. But you've also integrated the lessons. Okay. So let's be clear on that. And now basically your energy is calling in something completely different, right? Because the next card, like in the progression of the major arcana within tarot, is the Fool. So it's a brand new beginning, right? It's a brand new beginning. It's going to be totally different. You're not repeating any cycles, right? You are writing this whole new story for yourself. And I love that the Star was here. I love it because it's like you're glowing with hope for the future. You've been healing. You've got this renewed sense of purpose maybe. And you're not just dreaming. You're not just dreaming anymore. You are aligning with what it is that your heart really desires. And that's why, a lot of readers just jump and say, okay, this is the wish come true card. Okay. Right. But it takes the healing. You have to go through that. You're raising your vibration, right? You got to match the new vibe of what it is that you really want to bring into your world. So healing is a huge part of it. So yeah, it's this feeling of, okay, I believe in myself again. And because of that, like everything that's meant for you is finding its way to you, and it's coming through faster than ever. Okay. It's coming through faster than ever. So you're basically attracting things that match your growth. Okay. So I'm talking about real love, real support, real happiness. And this magnetic energy that you're exuding right now is because you finally chose you. Okay. It's because you finally chose you. I love it. This is giving me so much good energy. Like, sometimes when I do readings, friends, it can be so draining on my energy, but this one is actually boosting me up. And most of the readings here, I have to say, probably all of them on the Divine Feminist channel, our new reading space here, do actually give me a lot of energy instead of drain me. Yeah, I mean, there's a huge difference in the types of readings, and I just love it. I just love doing these ones. Yeah. Okay. So, let's continue. What kind of support do you have backing you on this new journey? Okay. I know you're not alone. You're not alone. You've got a spirit squad here, angels, ancestors, your higher self, the universe, you've got a spirit squad cheering you on. So let's talk about it. What kind of sacred support do you have backing you on this journey? Okay. What kind of sacred support do you have? Temperance. Okay. That's an angel right there. That's like, I love it. I love it. You know what? We're just going to take it because one popped out for a reason, and it's so friggin' beautiful. This couldn't have been honestly, I love when this happens because this is like I feel like this is the perfect card, the perfect energy to come out to answer this question. And it's basically saying, you have this divine backup, right? We already know you have it, but this is like a chill kind of backup, right? Temperance is calm and steady. And it's a little bit quiet, right? It's support that it's not like screaming for your attention. But it's here holding your every single step, right? So your guides, your higher self, your angels, ancestors, spirit, the universe, whatever belief system applies to you, okay? We're open to all here, right? Basically, they're all here helping you stay balanced, stay clear, and stay true to your path, okay? You're not being rushed. You're not being pushed. It basically says that you're being gently guided. Okay. Gently guided. Like, it's okay to breathe. It's okay to pause. You're doing it right. Just keep going. Okay. So your spirit team, your spirit squad, okay, is helping you blend some of the healing with action, right? A little bit of power, a little bit of peace. You don't have to burn it all down, to stand in your truth. Okay. So the best part of this is that it's really just helping you trust the timing too. So even if things are feeling a little slow or uncertain sometimes, right? Temperance is here saying like, look, it's all coming together. Just keep pouring into yourself, right? So it feels like you're being divinely held in a nice little cozy hug, not little, maybe a big hug, from your spirit squad. Okay. It's steady. It's soft. It's strong. It makes you feel like you're not alone, even in those moments where you might feel that way, right? Okay. Because it's not easy work, what you've been doing. And you are, like we said at the beginning, cutting people out, right? So you've got this kind of support right now that is bringing peace to the chaos, okay? And it's reminding you that this boundary journey it's sacred, right? It's sacred AF, okay? So I feel like last but not least for this reading, I've got one more question, and I want to know how this glow up is impacting your personal power, how it's impacting your purpose. Because the boundaries here, it's not just about like defending yourself. It's really how you're claiming your space in the world, right? So how is this glow up impacting your personal power, your purpose? Let's see. How is this glow up impact? Oh, oh my gosh, Becky. Okay, look, I got the devil at the bottom of the deck and justice. I feel like we're just getting these friggin' bangers out today. It's amazing. I don't need a lot for that. That is beautiful. See, I feel like the universe is giving us some like mic drop moments in this reading. It's pretty incredible. Because justice kind of flying out of the deck, right? I feel like that's your confirmation straight from the universe that this just like, it isn't just a glow up, okay? This is like a real soul alignment, right? You're stepping into your power. You've got clarity, you've got integrity, you've got balance. You're making choices now that honor your truth, okay? Not your fears, not your trauma, and definitely not other people's like projections, okay? It's you holding this sort of truth saying, I choose me, I choose what's right, even when it's hard, okay? Even when it means walking away, even when it shakes things up, right? And then when we peeked under the deck and saw the freaking devil, okay. I gotta say, I feel like it's a little bit of tea here because this glow up didn't come without a battle, right? You've had to confront the hard stuff, any attachments, patterns, old ways you used to like abandon the self or stay small for other people, whether it was some kind of addiction. And that could have just been to like people pleasing or overgiving or staying in toxic cycles or silencing your truth. You know, you had to see it and you chose differently, right? So this is an incredible glow up story. I love it. I love it. You're no longer being ruled by fear. You're choosing what's right, okay, for your own soul. And that shift, it's powerful, right? It's magnetic and it's unstoppable, okay? Because you broke the chains, right? You balance the scales. Your power now comes from knowing who you are and what you deserve and what you will not ever tolerate again, okay? And it's not just for like this glow up isn't just for okay vibes, it's literally divine justice. And I gotta tell you, bestie, you have friggin' earned it. So be proud of yourself, right? Be proud of yourself. And let me know in the comments if this reading was absolutely for you, what you needed to hear today. And don't forget to say, I'm a freaking beacon in the comments. If you want to help support this space, if you like my vibe, and you want to get in on these readings, go ahead and subscribe. We would love to have you join us here at the Divine Feminist. Yeah, any kind of energy exchange, whether you leave a comment or like the reading, or even if you want to like cheat the system a little bit, okay, you can press the share button, copy the link, and then the YouTube algorithm will think, oh my gosh, like it's so good that people want to share it, even if you don't really want to, because I get it, tarot readings are kind of personal, but yeah, it really helps, and it helps get these positive, empowering messages out to the people who need to hear them. And so, yeah, every little bit counts. And I just want to say thank you so very much. I am sending you all the love, and I will see you in the next one, bestie. Take care.